Fathers everywhere, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know who it is. I'm D, and this the Future Fathers FF podcast. There we go. Got it right. My brothers, how you been? How's your week been? I hope you've been all right. Hope work's been okay. Hope the family's been all right. And also, I hope you didn't have to beat nobody this week. Yeah? Good. Now we got that out the way. My brothers, I hope everything's been going good for you this week because I've had a bit of a week. Work's been a bit treacherous. Man's had a few issues to deal with at work. Some unruly people, some people at work that's not all together there upstairs. I don't want to sound mean or horrible, but you can if you saw them you would obviously be like, no, they crazy, they mad. So I'm just putting it out there, my week's been a bit not stressful, but eventful. Eventful. That's what we'll say. And I hope your week's been alright too. Anyway, my brothers. I needed to come and chat to you boys, you man, everybody out there, all the dads listening, because this one, before I go any further, thank you, Nay. Thank you very much. This one is just because me and you had a conversation the other day, and you spurred man into pushing this one out for the new year for all the dads out there, my brothers. We're going to talk about building yourself up. Because we all need a little help, and we all need to do a little cultivating, as my grandmother would say. You need to cultivate things to make them grow. So, excuse me, bros, what does building up yourself look like? I don't know what it looks like to you, yeah? But I can tell you, as someone that's tried to build themselves up from where I was in life, it's kind of hard. It's a little bit hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's damn hard. It's not easy. Trying to build a reputation for yourself, trying to get your mind right, trying to get your physical right. So we're gonna cover them things there. Because, as I said, my brother spurred me on to thinking about how I'm gonna make the podcast better. How I'm going to push my brand to everybody. And I know, as I stated before, I know you're listening. I know you guys are watching. The only thing you're not doing is leaving comments. So, bros, leave a comment before we go any further, please. What is one thing that you've done to build yourself up? Whether it be your self-esteem, whether it be your health, your mental, physical, whatever it is, please just leave a comment letting me and Nay know. My mystery guest, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. Just let me and Nay know what's going on with you, man. How you deal with things. Yeah, because I tell you what, building myself up, it took a while, and it does take a while. It's not something that you're gonna get overnight. It's not something that's gonna come easy. For instance, let's just take my journey through training and going gym and things. Yeah, I'm somebody I was very slight. I was as most West Indian people would call me. I used to be maga. Yeah. Now I'm not, and it took me, I would say, approximately 2.5 years. I put on a little bit of weight. I put on a little bit of muscle, and I was at a point where I felt good until I started to feel sluggish. Now, it took me that long for me to realize, oh, you know what, D, you don't need all of this size. I liked it, not gonna lie, I loved it. I felt mean. Like I felt like a bully out on the streets, but man's not gonna bully people. But for my self-esteem, yeah, it did absolute wonders because it taught me that you can get what you want. It takes a little bit of work and a lot of patience, or should I say a little bit of patience and a lot of work, whichever way round you want it. That's exactly the two things that you need. Yeah, patience and hard work. For me, it was, I always wanted the size. I always wanted a little bit more size on me. So it was easy for me to be like, okay, do you know what? I'm not at work. I'm going to sit in the gym. And fortunate enough, I had a space where I had gym equipment, got my little home gym. So I didn't have to pay to go to gym. I was in here in the same sector. I was in here near enough 5 6 hours a day, 5 6 days a week for 2 years, like 2 years straight. So you can imagine I put on a little bit of size. But not only that, I had to deal with my I had to deal with my mental as well. So while I was training, I was trying to figure out, what makes me happy, the kind of things that I enjoy doing, the things that I want to do, the position that I'd like to reach in life. Not there yet, not by far, but I'm getting there. I'm on the road. And I would say it's for me, now I'm just saying for me personally, after I built my physical self and started working on my mental, my brothers, no word of a lie, this is where Future Fathers came about. Because I was in a position where my brother would ask me questions, my cousin would ask me questions. And for me, it was just a case of thinking, how many people are in this position that I'm in, being able to give advice to two different people, and it's on the same subject. It's just being a father, just being a dad. Things are not easy. Things don't go your way a lot of the time, but you just have to keep at it and keep working and have patience. Exactly the same thing as building yourself up. The only difference is you're building up your child. And I'm sorry, my guys, but if you're unable to look after yourself, if you're unable to deal with your own mental problems and your own mental issues and physical ailments or whatever it is that you've got going on in your life, excuse me, nothing is more important than building up yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you're unable to look after anybody. You're not in a position to provide for anybody. So you have to take care of yourself. I know it sounds a bit selfish, and sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish. You actually have to. Because in order for you to look after other people, you have to know, yeah, I can take care of myself. I'm good. How are you doing? What are you up to? I'm looking you dead in the face and I'm asking these things because I've had to do it with myself. I've looked in the mirror and said, D, what are you doing? How do you get past this? How do you get over this? Hard work and patience. After I started working on my mind and getting myself in a better place for my mental health and also for my physical, because I tell you what, my brothers, working on up here also helped the rest of me, because I was able to sit back and say, okay, do you know what? Yeah, it's a little bit easier now for me to work because I've got my mind right. I've got my mind straight. I'm focused on what needs to be done. After that, my brothers, it was more a case of building up myself with work and things like that. Everyday things, mundane little things that so many people take for granted. Now, I will say this. Every single person is different. Everybody takes a different path in building themselves. Nobody is going to be able to use what I've done and it work exactly the same way for you. We're not all the same. Unfortunately, I can't give you my blueprint and you take it and be like, oh yeah, cool, that's safe. Nice one, D. Brothers, you're gonna have to make some tweaks. Yeah, you're gonna have to look at it and be like, I don't like that. That one don't work for me. But this one here, I like that one. That one there, I can work with. It's how can I put this? It's a hard task, but personally, once I got started and once I got moving, and I knew, okay, do you know what? There's no more trying now. I'm actually doing something. It's just about keeping the consistency. That's all it is. I've tried to be extremely consistent with my podcast. I've tried to be extremely consistent with my personal training. I've tried to be extremely consistent with how I deal with the individual members of my family. Now, my boys, as I'm sure you guys have seen, I deal with them a certain way and they get my time. I want my children to get my time. I want my missus to get my time. But how do you do that evenly? Because you know what? Sometimes you might need to give somebody else extra time, and sometimes you might not want to give somebody as much time. It's just the balance that you need to come up with yourself. But that also helps you building up yourself because you know about your own timing. You then get to learn about yourself and how much you're willing to give and how much you're willing to sit back. Because sometimes you don't need to put in too much effort when you're given time. Presence is a lot. That's another topic for another day. But it is. Your presence is a lot. But what you're putting in and how much time you're giving is just as important. When you're trying to build up yourself, now I'm being very specific in talking about building up yourself with your children. Because as me and my brother stated before, your children see everything. They know exactly who you are. Well, they're learning who you are. You, my brothers, are also learning who you are. None of us know what we're capable of. None of us know what other people are capable of doing or saying to us to bring us back down. And I'm saying that as somebody that knows that other people, it only takes a word or a sentence or something, a look from somebody else for you to feel like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing it. My brothers, I myself have built myself up a couple times to a point where I felt like, yeah, I'm good. And situations have arose and it's pulled me a couple notches down. I'm not going to lie. I have not, since I've built myself up and my self-confidence over the last, over the last 10 years, putting in the work on myself. I've not gone back to down here. I can't be down here no more. I got to be way up here. Because for me, the energy that I get from being like that helps me progress. It helps me come up with ideas for the podcast. It helps me come up with new ideas for content. It helps me come up with different people and different subjects that I like to talk to about. Because you have to remember, yeah, my brother is the one person I get to talk about everything to. But being a dad, we can break things down on specific situations that have happened to us as dads and things that we have seen. When talking about things that we've gone through, you've seen, my brothers, you've seen that we don't like to, I can't say we don't like to, we talk about different topics, but the subject matter is always something that me or my brother have experienced. So it would only be safe to say what you're going through or what you've been through or what you're about to go through is what is going to help mold you into the man you want to be. You have to take everything from every lesson you can get, my brothers, every time. There's no short stops. Yeah. There's no shortcuts. There's no, I'm just gonna wait for this. My brothers, Nothing good ever came to anybody that was sitting down waiting for it. If you want something, get up and go and get it. You cannot rely on somebody else to give you what you feel like you need. Get it yourself. It's easier when you know, I work for that. This was me that put blood, sweat, and tears into this. Patience and hard work, my brothers. That's all it is. And as I stated, there will be people close to you. There will be family members. There will be partners. There will be friends. There will be work colleagues. Whoever you've got in your life. And generally, good. Okay. Sorry, there, a little technical. Anyway, generally, yeah, it will be family members and people really close to you that will pull you back down. Sometimes they don't even mean to do it. Sometimes it's just them or the circumstance. It happens. What you need to do, and I'm stating you, speaking from experience and having done this myself, is you need to look at the situation and be like, right, okay, do you know what? That I can learn from. I shouldn't have, I maybe shouldn't have done that. Or maybe I could have done that in a different way. This is how you build up your mental as well, my brothers. Because now you're teaching yourself to think about things that you didn't think about before, or you may not have thought about in depth before. And it's just a reaction. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And the more you do that, the more you look at yourself and you're able to say, okay, all right, the easier it will become. And not only that, the more value you will give yourself. Because, bros, we all know everyone wants to be living easy. I want to be living easy. I want to be living easy. The only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I build myself to be in a position to accept when these opportunities come my way. That's it. And if the opportunities don't come my way, I've got to make them. Forget waiting for other people. I'm putting myself somewhere that I want to be. So do you know what? If there's nobody else around me that's helping or nobody else looking out for me, what? I've got my own back. Yeah? It's better. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to front. Yeah? It's better when you got somebody helping you, like my bro. Yeah? My brother, Nay. I know he's got my back and I've got my brother's back. My brother can ring me for anything, anytime. Don't matter. It doesn't matter what time it is. I'm there. My brother needs me. I'm helping. This is what we talked about before, my brothers. Your network is definitely key to helping you build yourself. Because I tell you something, yeah? When you've got people around you that will actually tell you when you're doing wrong, that will help make you think about the situation and the circumstances that you're in a little bit more in detail. Yeah? When you got somebody telling you, oh no, do you know what, bro? Come on, really? It makes you question yourself in a way that is almost, it's almost, how can I put it? It's almost third person. Like you're looking at the situation, you're saying to yourself, brother, what are you doing? Now, hindsight, as people call it, excuse me, is a brilliant thing. Because you can look back on something and be like, oh, well, you know what? Da-da-da. Me, for instance, I'm probably going to look back on this episode when I'm editing and thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I could have done this a little bit better. Maybe I could have come across a little bit more assertive, explaining what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Then again, you know what? This is just me talking to you. If you man was here, yeah, it's completely different. Completely different. We're engaging with each other. The conversations going up. It's getting built up. We're talking about something that is either, well, it doesn't matter what it is, but the conversation is there because it's a back and forth. You're gaining something. You might even be losing ground, but you're still gaining more information than you had before. That's all. That right there is another key thing. You're gaining more information. That is a big thing in helping build up your mind. Because any information that you have that you didn't have before makes you a better person. It can only make you better. There's no way it can make you worse, what? Because you know something that you didn't know before. Now, let's just say, for instance, yeah, that you found out something bad. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. Something bad about a family member or a situation that happened in your family. Yeah, could be whatever you want. Doesn't matter. But does it make you a does it make you less than what you were having this new information, or does it make you slightly more? It will always make you more. And the reason why I state that, and the reason why I picked something bad, it can be something good, but the reason why I picked something bad is because it makes you more aware. You tend to pick up on things that are bad more than things that are good. We, not just you, not just me, we as people in general. Yeah, and I've stated this before as well, and this is something for men and boys in particular. We don't learn lessons until something actually happens. If there's a consequence to a situation, a man will learn, a boy will learn. I'm not going to say girls don't learn like that, but males learn a lot faster when there are consequences to certain actions, or there's a consequence to being in a certain situation. All of these things, every single thing, is building up what you have in here to utilize in your life to build your physical, to build your business, to build your franchise, to build anything that you're thinking of putting your heart and soul into. Doesn't have to be that big. It can just be your children, which is technically even bigger. Because a lot of people are putting a lot into their life and forgetting about their children. We don't want to do that, my brothers. Come on. None of us want to do that. We all want to. I don't know about you. Yeah? I know about me. I want to be in a position where when my children or my sons say to me, Dad, I need some help with something. It could be financial. It could be something mental. I want to be in a position where I am prepared, no matter what it is, to be able to say, you know what, let's talk. That's how built up I want to be. And you know what? It's not going to happen now. It may happen in the next 10 years. It could happen later on than that. But at the moment I am at now, I know for a fact right now, given the circumstances and situations that I have been in, given the life that I've been given to live and the experiences that I've had, I'm in a good position to give them advice on quite a lot. There are certain things that I have no information about. Best believe I'm looking for said information just to know for myself. So when my sons do come to me, I'm able to help. When we're talking about building up yourself in a physical sense, my brothers, you know what? Doesn't matter if you're trying to lift weights and lose weight. Doesn't matter if you're trying to shape up and be trim and whatnot. Bros, do you know what? The first thing is starting. The first thing to do is just start. A lot of men will say, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to go gym next week and I'm going to start blah, blah, blah. Start today. Do it right now. Some of you watching are thinking exactly the same thing. Oh yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna go do it right now. Start right now. It will help you. It will put you in a mind frame where you're thinking, oh, do you know what? I don't know why I was waiting for so long. Building up your self confidence, building up your self esteem, building your mind to be stronger, building your physical presence to feel stronger in yourself, or just so you know you can defend yourself, so you know you can defend your family. Building up yourself in your reputation, your work, building up your hobbies. It doesn't matter what it is, bros. It really don't matter. Seriously, just do it. Get it done. It will help you. It's helped me. It's helped me to no end. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to you guys on my podcast. Future Fathers FF. Because do you know what the wickedest thing is, bros? I wasn't a confident person. I was nowhere near the man I am now. I had to get myself to a point where I felt like, all right, I can do something. And even then, I was still scared. Best believe, my brothers, I'm still scared now. But you know what? I'm building myself to be less scared. And eventually, I won't be. Eventually, I'll be on a platform where I'm thinking, you know what, D, you actually did yourself a serious justice there, you know. You helped yourself big time doing that one. My brothers, you can be exactly in the same position. Just work, have patience, and work hard. Building yourself is not something that's going to happen overnight. Building yourself is something that is going to take you years. And even then, you still might be a little bit unhappy with yourself. Still might be trying to reach for something else. But at least you can say you did what you needed to do. At least you can say you tried. You wasn't trying, you was doing something. You was building. If you got knocked off your path, or if you stopped, get back on it. My brothers, I think, and I truly trust in the sense that self-worth is something. If you're trying to build a career for yourself, if you're trying to build a reputation for yourself, if you're trying to build a brand, keep going. Keep on going. And keep going some more. Doesn't matter how many times you fall. Doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. Doesn't matter how many times you get knocked out. Life is a jungle, my brothers. Walk with a machete. Yeah? Or learn the foliage. It's entirely up to you. But building yourself is going to help you build what you want. It doesn't matter. I keep saying it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because I'm telling you, brothers, from you start working on yourself, you will see things will start to fall into place in certain situations in your life. Certain things that you don't want, they will just, some things just disappear. Certain things that you do want, they tend to gravitate towards you. But we all want to work to be bigger. We all want to work to be better. We all want to work to be the best versions of ourselves. Start building today, my brothers. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is never promised. All I can say is I do hope you've taken a little bit, just a little bit from today to go into tomorrow feeling a little bit better about yourself, a little bit better about your circumstances, and you're going to make the situation that you're in just a little bit brighter. My brothers, I've been D. Please like, share, subscribe. Do the flicky button. You already know what that is. That's the post notification. So as soon as there's another video, you will know. All right? My brothers, I beg you, stay safe, sleep well, Hug your families, love yourselves, and stay blessed.